All right, Heavy Juice, thank you for that. Appreciate that. Welcome. Yes. So we're gonna kick it off today with you guys see the topic. And the reason why I bring up this topic today is because there's a lot of people today who really want a garden. And what I think cause a lot of problem to these people is they seeking too much information sometimes scare you. Too much information sometimes scare you for even start a seed. Why? Because you don't want to fail. You you watch 50 videos about soil. You read article about soil. So you have all the information, but you never put it to action. So sometimes instead of we try to upload all these information, we got to apply because sometimes so much information make a person don't even start a garden. Many people, sometimes you talk to people and you say, yeah, growing a garden is a beautiful thing, but the information, guys, information is always good, but sometimes you doing it practically and learning along the way is one of the best thing you could do, because you gathering the information, gathering, and some people, when to apply the information, it become like they're scared because they don't want to fail. Because all that information, videos, read pamphlet, read all kind of stuff about gardening, but never sow a seed because it distract them. So what we're gonna talk about today, we're gonna talk about stop allowing information to stifle your judgment or to give you confidence. If it's if you're watching videos upon videos and it making you don't want to garden because it kill your confidence, then you need to just get in the garden with whatever you know and start gardening. Because I'm gonna tell you this: everyone have their own opinion in this thing. Hey D'Angelo, blessing Aya. Thank you for the gift, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes, everyone. There's people who gardening or who do videos basically to for a show, like a display, right? There's people who do gardening to feed their family. So everyone doing gardening for their own purpose, and we understand that. But with all this information, guys, you will sit down and you will listen to 100 people, and everyone have their own opinion. Everyone gonna give you different ideas. So now, if you now have to sit down and listen to everyone without applying, sometimes it's good to listen and apply at the same time, because at the same time it's you doing it. But sometimes you just sit down and you just in taking all these information, and then with all this information it kill you, it destroy your confidence, because now you might feel that you ain't qualified enough or your thumb ain't green enough to grow your own food, and that's not true. That is not true. Your greatest teacher is your garden, because you in your garden and you see what is taking place in your garden. Nothing wrong with learning from someone else, but you have to apply and learn yourself, because my zone is different than your zone. My soil is different than your soil. There's many ways, there's many information out there how to build soil. Many information. And if you, let me explain something to you. Sometimes the truth is, find the people. Number one, as a gardener, let me explain this to you guys. As a gardener, when you start gardening, the first thing you want to know, what type of gardening I want to do. What type of gardening? Do I want to do organic garden? Or I just want a garden? Which one? You think about that. And then you follow the people who could guide you into that space of how you want to grow your garden. So if you want to grow an organic garden, you follow an organic gardener. If you want to grow a garden where people using anything, you follow those people, because that's how you want to learn. You want to learn from other people experience and what they shows you. This is why it's important for you follow the people. I'm not telling you to really follow me. I'm just explaining how it can eliminate all these extra information that you don't even need. All you need is the basic. And once you have the basic covered, you will learn along the way. Yes, so you learn along the way, because I'm telling you, there's so much information, it will distract you. So you follow the people who can guide you where you want to go, especially the people who showing you result. Because for instance, right, someone is telling you about a product on the store that they purchase from the store. Someone is telling you, okay, I purchased this and I'm going to be using it. Well, it's very important for that person, if that's the person you're following, it's very important for the person to show you the results. And this is what's important. Because if they show you the result, then you could say, okay, this actually works. In fact, there's an organic gardener and he's showing you, he telling you how to grow, and he have to show you the result. The result is very important. And there's a lot of videos. People love shorts today. A lot of people love shorts. But guys, a lot of people, this, that, thank you, brother, thank you. A lot of people love shorts. But one thing you got to understand with shorts, guys. So for instance, you got to compact a short, yeah, you're showing, that's cool. But you got to compact a shots of 6, 7, 8 minutes video into a 1 minute video. Is you can't learn nothing like that. When I say learn, what I mean, because you're not seeing how the process, you can't see the process in 1 minute. So yes, we prefer the 1 minute video, but we're not getting enough information out of it. So what I'm saying, guys, there's a lot of new gardeners out here who trying, and as far as I see this year, I've seen so many people. Look, last week, someone come, I bring someone in my garden and give them different type of plants. People get in and was able to share information, show them how to make compost, show them how to make compost tea, show them how I do it. It was a beautiful experience for them, because sometimes looking at it, looking at it directly, it's great to able to see. Instead, I'm talking to you, but looking at it directly, showing them my compost, open up my compost pile, show them my compost pile, open up my compost tea, show them the smell. I even have a container that I open, no smell at all, compost tea. It was an amazing journey. But people is actually trying to grow something. People is actually trying, but all this information is, all you need is the basic, guys. All these extra is not necessary, because most of them is people just coming up with things. Just people coming, a lot of people. One thing you got to remember, when you go on Google and you search for information, you got to remember all these information is with people uploaded, people ideas, their opinion. So someone will go up on Google and just start to search information and then sit down in front of the camera and start spitting out the information to you. Not to say they went in their garden and experienced it. They just Google information and then they put it together and they make it sound so enticing like is. But when you really check it out, a real gardener know the BS. I'm telling you, a real gardener know a BS. When you come with a BS video, a real gardener know that's BS talking. I'm telling you. Because, like for instance, someone told me one time you could grind up wood chip in 1 day and it's ready. It's ready to feed the plant. No. That's not true. So that's the next thing, is you also got to know where you're getting these information from. We got to encourage people, not discourage them, because we try and forget some views. Time is getting too hard. Every people willingly want to learn, but we discouraging them with all these information and these prices. We're trying to make people feel like you have to start a garden from $1,000, 500, when all you got to do is get some containers, or if you have a space, dig it up and start planting. You know what I'm saying? So we have to, for the new gardeners, you cannot overload yourself with all these information. Follow the people who doing it the way you would like it to be done and who's showing you result. All right? AK Shakta, how you doing? Blessing Aya. Okay, D'Angelo say, lot of AI gardening videos out there. Mad. That's what I'm telling you, brother. That's what I'm talking about. It's the distraction is real. That's why we was talking about this for years, about gathering these information now, because it's getting worse now. It's getting worse because now, like the brother say, AI also making videos. It's not gonna be the same, man. It's not gonna be the same. But all I can say, man, is don't try to, well, for the new gardeners, don't try to follow 100 people for information. You gotta trim it down. Follow the one that you're interested into and the one that can lead you to where you want to go. And that's right. It's surely not going to happen overnight. It's a process. You check what I'm saying? Sometimes having the information here and then applying it, sometimes it just don't make sense. And this is what's going on today. A lot of people downloading the information from videos, but they're not applying it. And it's important to apply it, because when you apply it, that's when you learn. That's when you see. That's when you build your confidence. All right? You have to trust in yourself, in your hands, in your soil. I don't know, but I've been talking about these things for years, guys. And I think people take a lot of this for granted, but I think a lot of people start waking up. I think a lot of people start waking up now, because it's getting real, Jed. It's getting real, and real information is valuable, Jed. I'm telling you all, it's valuable. So you don't want to be listening to 1,000 different people, and all you're doing is get up, mix up information, and then you're scared to begin. You're scared to sow a seed because you're scared you mightn't sow it the right way, because 100 different people tell you how to sow it. You mightn't sow it. So you're scared of even sowing the seed. You're scared of even starting the garden because you don't want to fail. Too much information. So okay, the brother say, I garden by trial and error and learn from it. That's right. And I'm telling you, in gardening is never a mistake. You don't make mistake. It's learning. You learning. Because if you didn't know, you would not do it that way. So because you try it one way, it didn't work for you, you try it another way. So it ain't about mistake. It's about a learning process. This is, guys, you have to pack real information in gardening. You got to figure out fertilizer situation. If you cannot get no fertilizer, how you gonna, if you're not trying to grow organic garden or grow organic food, if you don't have that type of fertilizer, then what would you do? So this is why the foundation of gardening is so important. The foundation, everything else come after. But the foundation, and nothing wrong with trying and see how something work, because that's how you learn. Because our parents pass it down to us and we take it to another level. Instead of just continue the same thing, we do our own experience, our own experiment, and we learn. And then we now come and we share. So the people who we share to could learn and take it to another level as well. It ain't stop. It ain't stop by me. Organic garden ain't stop here. It can go to other levels. So that's why these information, I'm telling you, very soon, this information is not gonna be available. I'm telling you, it's not gonna be available. I'm telling you. It's all, that's right. It's all experiment. See, my parents tell me, okay, this is how you plan. Yeah, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna plan, but now I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna add something else to that, because you know what? You know why? How I stop don't use water in my garden? Here why? Because I see my parents grow food and I never see them one day water the food. Not one day. Plant down a whole mountain of food and I never saw them with water one day watering these food. So I know for a fact food can grow without you water them, just depending on the rain. But time is changing. You know why I know time is changing? Because I observe, and I love to observe the weather over the years, and I'm seeing something. We in spring, right? I don't know for you guys, I don't know. Maybe you guys getting rain. Maybe if you get in rain, let me know. Just press 1. If you guys get in rain in your zone, let me know. But now, since spring begin, and I'm talking about since before spring. Since spring begin, we get rain twice. And it wasn't no big pour down. Twice. And we know how when spring come, all the spring we get showers of blessing. April, rain like joke in April. Didn't see that this year. Didn't see that this year. Right now, we still struggling to get water, get rainwater in our garden. Never seen it before. Usually you get the rain early, then when July hit, the heat begin and it start to go through a drought. We never had us to go through drought in springtime. Okay, let me see. Case tractor say experiment grow. Seed each year, okay. So when it stop raining, I will plant the whole. Oh, so you get it rain. That's wonderful. You at least you get in rain. D'Angelo said 2 weeks ago, but no rain. That's basically what I'm talking about. You get rain. Number one, you wait 2 months before rain. Then you get a little shower. Then 2 weeks later, no rain again. Right now, I'm still I have okras right now that I got to plant. But the reason why I didn't plant them, because the sun. Ain't no rain and the soil is so dry. And if I'm not gonna be there, if I'm not gonna wet them, then it ain't gonna make no sense because that sun gonna dry them out. You know what I'm saying? But yes, guys, let's go back to the topic. The topic is why so much garden or gardeners never start a garden. Why? Why so much gardeners really want to start a garden but never begin? Sometimes too scared, sometimes lack of confidence, not believing themselves and believing what they can do. Sometimes too much information from everywhere mix it cause a confusion. Hey Texas Lala, how you doing? Thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, too much information. And when I say too much information, because gathering information from everywhere and you just taking in the information and then how to plant a tomato tree. There's thousands of videos how to plant a pepper tree. So if you gathering all these information from different people, then it's gonna break you down. It's gonna make you feel like you ain't qualified enough to plant this tomato tree when it's so simple. It's simple, simple, simple. So what I can say to you guys, focus on you planting your garden. Nothing wrong with gathering information, but you could gather information while you doing your garden, while you planting, while you taking care of your plants. Nothing wrong with gathering information. But if you got to be gathering information and it distracting you and it causing you not to do a garden, then you need to just shut it down and focus on your garden. That's what I'm saying, D'Angelo. It's simple. Yes, it's simple. But people make it so complicated to grow a tomato plant. It's one of the simplest thing. You plant it, take care of it while it start growing. You might have to put a stake to keep it up. And the tomato gonna do what it does. So don't allow all these, like I say, guys, you want information, nothing wrong with gathering information. Is important, especially gathering it from the people who doing it the way you doing it and the way you want to do it, and then they're able to show you what they're doing, their result, so you can learn from it, especially if you and them is growing in the same zone. You see, this is the next thing again. You growing in zone 7, and then someone is growing in zone 8 or zone 9, or you might be growing in zone 6. Someone is growing in zone 8. This is two complete different zone you're talking about. So now you getting the information from someone with in a different zone than you. What I'm saying to you is to make it easier for yourself. The people who growing in your area, your zone, are close to your zone, that's where you got to focus. because there's too much information out there. So you want to narrow it down to the real information, and I guarantee you, you're going to see how simple it is. It ain't that complicated. It's a simple process. And while you're doing it, you learn. Don't feel bad if you plan something and it did not make it. Don't feel bad. There's a next season. Don't feel bad if you try to germinate some seed and they didn't make it. There's a next season. The more you practice in your garden is the more you understand, and the more better you get. Then when how you think I know for do all these things, guys? It's because I try. You know what I'm saying? For instance, you grow in a garden and you growing some okra in a area over here, and you realize, man, these okra ain't grow, they ain't do well this year. The following year, what you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna switch them somewhere else in the garden and see if they do better. So you have to, you in your zone, close zone to you, follow people that doing the same type of gardening you doing, that you could learn from them. Follow people that, watch people that's mostly in your zone, because you and them basically doing the same type of dealing with the same type of temperature. There's some things that you just gotta do. It doesn't matter which zone you're in. Like for instance, I always recommend planting deep. It doesn't matter which zone you're in. That's important. Planting deep. Do you understand? My garden right at this point, no water. And my plant them is still striving. They're not growing as fast as I would love them to, but they're still striving without water. The depth, planting deep, very important. Very, very important. So yes, you cannot overload yourself with information and then make that discourage you. Listen to me, you could grab a bucket, you could grab a old container, and you could plant something inside of it. You ain't have to go out and spend hundreds of dollars to begin your first garden season. And these are the things that distract a lot of people with these, because people want to tell you, oh yes, you need go buy a container, and then when you go to the store, the container is $40. I'm not buying a container for $40 to grow a tomato tree. No, I'm not doing that. Not doing it. It ain't worth it. Well, for me. Because you could use any container around and grow a tomato tree. You could use 5-gallon bucket, whatever you have, and grow. So you don't have to go out there and spend a bunch of money. And this is the information a lot of people give. You see what I'm saying? And it really affects a lot of people. It really affects people. It really discourages people from growing something. Because some people like to gather the information first before they apply. Then there are some people like to, while they applying, they gather some information. I think that's the better way. Because if you gathering information while you planting, while you growing, you learning from yourself at the same time. You seeing what is working in your garden at the same time. Instead of you just pulling information from everywhere. And at the same time, when you calculate, you realize, God damn, I gotta go buy compost. I gotta go buy containers. I gotta go buy. You might wanna grow. We call them bags again. Oh man. The bags that you grow food into. You might want to go buy plants. And I'm gonna tell you, try your best to start from seed. Way cheaper. When you don't calculate, you realize $500-600 to start a garden. What if you don't have it? Many people don't have that $500-600 to start no garden. They want to start, but they don't have $500-600 to do that. So you got to be careful where you getting the information at the same time, because a lot of people, they're not thinking about if you could afford a container or not. This is why I focus on using what you have, because that's what I do. Use what you have, and you still can be more successful than someone who buy a container for $50. I'm telling you. Yes, planter, break it down. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Okay, chapter say. Also, I found out when planting, see, don't overwater because they will rot and other seed happen to. Grow bags. Yes, Texas. Yes. Yes, sis. Yes. Grow bags. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Grow bags. You might want to do grow bags as well. All these things cost money. Yes, some people could afford it. A lot of people it's not easy. A lot of people have a lot of things to think about before they even think about a garden. Okay, don't forget about DIY project too. Yes, yes, thank you for that, brother. Thank you for that. DIY project. Okay, I build an outdoor kitchen. I have several outdoor kitchen. 5-gallon bucket, good for sorting plant as well. Yes, I use 5-gallon bucket as well. You know, guys, I build an outdoor kitchen, and I'm gonna be cooking ital from it pretty soon. And what I build this outdoor kitchen with is all material lying around. Old stone, old brick, old grill. And I create a project. The only thing I buy was cement. That's the only thing I buy. I build the countertop, for a concrete countertop. I build a concrete countertop. I build up the grill. So we have the grill, we have the oven, and we have the tunnel stove. All this built from all just material lying around, guys. So somebody else might have said, you know what, man? Let me just go to the store. I'm guarantee you, for someone to build an outdoor kitchen for you, it's gonna cost you. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yes, it's gonna cost you thousands of dollars. For someone build an outdoor kitchen for you today, where you have tunnel stove, where you could cook on, where you have a grill, and then you have an oven, it's gonna cost you thousands of dollars. I'm telling you that right now. Thousands. I build that by getting old stone, old brick, and all I spent was cement. That's all I spent. So all these things we have to get into. It's not. You know, I could have do it where I'm going to the store and buy my stone and buy my cement and buy my brick. I could have do it that way. But guess what? Why would I do it that way and handy too? And you know what, guys? It's not. The truth is not that complicated. Probably 10,000 to be like that. You hit. Listen, me brother. You hit it right there. You hit it. You hit it right there. That's the type of price for an out there kitchen. That's no joke. That's no joke. And you see, I build a table out of stone and all these things. For someone build a table out of stone for you, I'm telling you, it's thousands of dollars you gotta pay. And I create that. And the only thing I buy was cement. Very soon we're gonna start to cook from that kitchen. We already tried it out last year, last fall. So when the garden starts kicking out food, we're gonna be right there cooking. So you guys gonna see what I'm talking about. So on this channel, we never try to push a person to go out there and spend. We try to show you how you could use what you have and be creative. The stone you might have lying around in your backyard, the old brick you might have lying around in your backyard, the pavers you might have lying around your backyard. You could turn them into project. You could use them and they turn into project. And it's the same thing we're trying to do with the garden, because time is getting real tough and it's not getting no easier. But these are the things that discourage people. So I'm going to say again before I end this life. You and the young chef cook. Yes, they coming back this year too. They was asking me when we gonna start cooking again. They was asking me that. Yes, they gonna be coming back. Maybe sometime in next month. In June, they gonna be barbecuing and I gonna be cooking my ital. Yes, nice hangout spot. You could relax yourself, chill, sit down. The birds chopping. Garden over there. Beautiful, beautiful sight, man. Beautiful, very much well enjoyable. And guys, it didn't cost me anything. All it cost me, cement. That's all I purchased. Yes, that's all I purchased. So always remember, guys, and no, not everyone is not handy to say, hey, life from scratch, how you doing? Blessings to you. Thank you for being here. Yes. So all I'm gonna say, guys, don't try to gather too much information if you're trying to do a garden. You have to, thank you so much, you have to try to apply while you're learning. So if you apply while you're learning, that's a better idea than just sit down taking in information like a sponge and then you're not applying anything. Then when you tell yourself, okay, I'm ready to start, you realize, man, I got to spend this thing like it's gonna cost me like $500-600 for do this garden. That's gonna discourage you, because now you might need a $500-600 to do something else, and you might be able to afford it at the time, and God then sees this here. So what we do, we encourage you to use what you have. You have old buckets around, clear them up, put soil in them and plant something. And like I will always say, always follow the people who gardening the way you want to garden, because there's too much information out there to gather from everyone else. All right? So whatever type of garden you doing, follow those people, and it's going to be easier for you, because less information. You don't want to be soaking information that's not even necessary in your garden. All right? So whatever you decide, whether it's organic garden, whether it's whatever you decide, follow people. Time is too short, and information is valuable and is necessary. But don't have yourself chopped with information and then it discourage you from even starting a seed. Anyhow you realize the information is stopping you from even starting a seed, then you got to do something else. All right? So I want to say, guys, thank you all again for coming out tonight. Thank you, D'Angelo. Appreciate it. Thank you for the gift. Truly appreciate it, man. Thank you, Live from Scratch. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it. Thank you, Case Chapter. Appreciate it. Thank you, Texas Lala. Thanks everybody who come into the man. Peace and blessing to each and every one of you. Yes, brother. Peace and blessings. You're welcome. You guys have a wonderful day. All right, Texas Lala, good to see you, sis. Blessings to you. All right? You guys have a blessed and wonderful night. Peace and love.